Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Again, my name is Shane Lege, and this will be the second video that we kind of discussed from the first video. If you can get a chance to watch that, check it out. It could be quite the catastrophe. I'm going to see if this is in the right corner. If not, it'll be the wrong one. It'll stay the wrong one. Today we're going to talk about starting a company and getting incorporated and figuring out what things you need to start moving forward in that process. If anything, just to protect your personal assets. Not a lawyer, so this is not a legal advice. Always seek legal advice from a lawyer, law office for that particular piece. I'm just here to try and help you move forward in the path if you've thought about starting a business. I did it the longer way, where I went and found all the paperwork, went to the different websites. Took me a ton of time, took me a lot of education to figure out. Now that I've reviewed a couple of these websites that help you like a one-stop shop to get all the documentation you need, thinking this is the way I probably would have done it had I known what I know now, right? That's how you say that. Today we're going to talk about LegalZoom. I'm not saying this one's any better than the others. I'm just going to go over some of the things that you might want to know on the particular piece so you can figure out, hey, what do I need to get started? And some of that is the biggest piece. Again, this is probably the way I would have wanted to go. You know, like I said, LegalZoom, you can see it right here. It gives you different plans like LLC plans, limited liability company, corporation plans to start, $0 plus filing fees. And those are your state filing fees that they're talking about right there. Kind of helps you get started in that process and moves you along, right? This site gives you a little bit more information. Some of the other ones give you different information. Not one is right or one is wrong. It's just sometimes it's easier. What's the easier flow, right? So I figured we kind of walk through the different pieces. You know, like you're going to choose your business structure, answer a few questions about your business, so that helps you along right there, and then sit tight while they do the paperwork. This is a lot quicker than the weeks that I spent trying to figure this stuff out. I mean, you can file and incorporate with most, not all, but most Secretary of States same day. This does the same thing, or it can go even longer, a couple days to get some of your paperwork through. But then you have to figure out what else do you need, and that's where the tricky part comes in. As you move down, and you can see they give you some of the information, form your business with the right structure for your needs, right? Limited liability company, corporation, doing business as, nonprofit, and sole proprietorship. You have to figure out, okay, what do you need and what are you doing? So one way you can do it is, well, figure out what they're talking about, right? We'll click on the limited liability company. Again, basic, $0 plus state filing fees. I can't talk about what every state costs, but I mean, just for Alabama it was $200. Can't say they're all that price. That's just the price for getting that particular license and get going and becoming incorporated. And you can do that online. Get that all right here. I mean, hit the button, it'll help you out right there. And you go with the Pro. Gives you the essentials to let you operate in the compliant way to make sure you have everything you need. Well, most things that you need. And then, of course, the Premium. And we'll look at those a little bit later. Again, before I forget, if you think some of this is useful and helpful, please hit the like button and the notification button so you'll know when new things come out. This way, we can give more screenshots of stuff. Alright, so what is an LLC, right? It's a limited liability company type business entity. You can register in your state. The main purpose of the LLC is to limit the personal liability of its owners, like a corporation, but allows you to run a business and operate it similar to more flexible tax requirements. Do I need one, right? Do you need one? And, you know, they give you the good little question here and give you some little insight. It's not always required, but many small business owners form an LLC for personal liability protection. Again, not a lawyer. This isn't legal advice. This site could help you a lot more than I can. I'm just trying to walk you along on here's a way to get business license and move forward. Having an LLC can also help you open business banking accounts. You can enter into contracts, hire employees, and get necessary business license and permits. And, you know, they kind of give you some reasonings and rationale. Why do you need it? Protect personal assets. That's a big one. If someone wants to sue you, I guess they would go more after the company than they would. They're easier to manage than a corporation. There's a lot more tax rules that jump in there, and then, like we said, tax flexibility. So that kind of helps you get that piece started while you're running into it, right? And that helps you get that particular piece. How do you start an LLC, right? How does that work? There's a little video. Take time, watch the video, see what they got to say. It's pretty informative. I watched it earlier. It gives you a little piece. Like I said, each state has its own rules, so it can't give you all the information. But this site can give you a lot of hands. I mean, again, if I had to do it over, I would probably go down this particular piece. You can choose and reserve a name. If you've got something you're thinking about doing, but you're just not ready, you got to get some more things in order, you can go ahead and reserve that name so it's already reserved. It's hard to change a little later, but it gets you that little piece. Pick a registered agency, who is going to be the person that's doing a lot of the business, and then file your articles of organization. Took me a while to figure this one out because I didn't do this at the beginning, and then I needed it as the business grew into more things. I had to redo my articles of organization. I wish I'd had it done it here, basically. I mean, that's just what I'm saying. Determine your license's needs, right? Prepare your operating agreement. You're going to need an operating agreement if you have more than yourself. If you and the wife, or you and the husband are in together on the company, or you have a partner, right? And then getting an EIN number. It's like a social security number for the business. They'll do everything for you. They'll get all that particular stuff ready for you. It helps. I had to go find all this stuff out, and in my later videos, I will show how I went around that process in case you decide you want to go that process. But if you watch the videos, you'll almost go, man, it was easier to probably do this way, following the website. Excuse me. Read down the frequently asked questions. What is the LLC? Do I need an LLC? What kind of things do you have? LLC versus an incorporated, a corporation, LLC versus an S Corp, what's different? Versus nonprofit, right? Same thing. We'll go back real quick. If you want to say, hey, well, I think we're going to be a little bit bigger. What's a corporation, right? That's pretty much the same thing. What is a corporation? Kind of gives you those little pieces. Tells you all the same stuff. Start my corporation. Attractive if you have investors. Entices employees because you're a corporation. You're a lot bigger. You look more official as a corporation. But if you're just going to run a small shop, small little pieces like that, it could be better probably to do the LLC. Again, you're going to have to weigh your decisions. I can't make that decision for you. It's just telling you the differences. It tells you the difference between an S Corp and a C Corp, right? So read through these particular pieces, and that way you can get more knowledgeable on that particular stuff. And again, roll on down. There's your frequently asked questions. So this site's pretty informative. It tells you a lot of stuff that you may need to get to that particular piece, right? One of the other pieces, we talked about that earlier, is the registered agent services. You can let them do the work and keep you on track, right? You can get your registered agent legally required. If you can't do it, it frees up your time. If they do it, again, not a lawyer, but allows you to check out these different pieces. It is $299 a year, so it's something you have to do. If you make a lot of money, it might be worth your time. Time is money, so that's one of the things I always like to say. Use or don't use. It's really up to you. Trademark registration, if you have some kind of special unique thing that you have made, you can get it trademarked, so it is bound to you, basically. They use their attorneys to basically help you get that particular piece for things you want to keep yours. We see a lot of little things of other companies, certain features. As soon as you see the emblem, you already know what company it is, right? So that kind of gives you that little idea that you can copyright that, and trademark that, sorry, and that'll help you get that particular piece. All right, so going back to the front page, and we're going to look at the LLC again. I'm gonna kind of look at it, like I said, look at your pricing. I said, do your form for free. That's what we want to kind of work on. So let's see what it looks like, right? Click on that form, and I'm just going through the process. You're gonna have to read up a little bit more, but like I said, it gets you where you want to be, what you want to be. So what's the name of your business, right? You want a Joe Smo, Joe Schmoes, right? You make it up, right? Whatever state you want to be in, you select your state. All right, great news. Looks like Joe Schmoes is ready to set up. Got a few new things to go through. All right, looks like if I wanted to open Joe Schmoes, I'm there, right? See, you can do your primary contact. It's optional. What will they do? Publishing. I don't know. I'm just making something up, right? All right. Do you need a registered agency? Most states require an agent to receive legal notices. Not always. Do you need essential documents and total compliance? You really can't collect that. It's just giving you the next piece, right? Hit the next button, and then relax, registered agent service, point us, registered agent, continue with legal Zoom. Nothing, you can go there. You can do an operating agreement. You can have an operating agreement plus an EIN. That's not bad right there because you're going to need both of those. And if you depend on what you're doing, you may need some licenses. So you can make your selection here. If I was going to select any of these, remember you could go no thanks, I'll take care of this on my own. So that gives you that option if you just wanted to get incorporated. But if I was going to go for one, depending on what you're doing, right? If you're just going to sell something on Amazon or something, you can easily go right here and then select what you want and then cover those because you're going to need to get those done anyway. The EIN especially, you're going to need that if you want to claim business with your taxes and stuff. All right. Take my included trial. Keep your business in good standing with the trial compliance. Well, you can do the trial and check it out, or you can do like I do, no thanks. Most successful business start with a grow help from professionals. They give you advice and ongoing legal advice. You can't click none, so you just kind of click next. You can easily take the tax advisory, standard tax returns, complete complex tax return, tax advisory to help you out along the way. Depends on what you're doing. If you don't think you need that particular piece, you've already got an accountant, hey, do like I do. No thanks, I'll figure it out on my own. So I mean, they're not trying to hook you into anything, so that's the good news there. Again, take my included trial, legal protect if you want to do the affordability, convenient attorney, stuff like that. Might not be a bad idea. If you don't, say no thanks, keep on moving. Separate business account. This one took me a while, I'm not going to joke. If you can get in with one of these businesses to help you out and get you started and move on, it may work. I did not try it with these companies, but it looks like you can get an offer if you've already got a bank that does business accounts and you're pretty comfortable with it. That's what I did. Once I figured it out, I figured I'd already had a bank. That was one of the problems I didn't know. But if not, you can do this. That way it keeps your personal assets and your business assets separated, and you can do different things. But then again, you're still building credit all over again, right? And then you get to pretty much the end. You have a few enhancements right here. You can do expedited processing, $99. You get it one day, 5 to 4 if you can wait for a moment. Founder's kit if you got it for another $99, or no thanks. Just nope. Hit next. I put them on there. Didn't really need them or not. And then you kind of go walk over your piece, It tells you everything you looked at. So basic package, $0. You got to expedite it. Oh, I didn't want to expedite it. So I'm going to say no thanks, right? Update my order. All right, no thanks. Founder's kit. I'm going to keep that. Or I don't. I just left it there, folks. You can easily do the same thing I did. Hit edit. No, I don't really want that. I'm good. Update my order. All right, registered aided, you can add it, or again, you can edit, and all this can be added. And again, the Alabama filing fees are $206. It's about the same thing I already paid for the Alabama filing fees. Good news is you can make it in 3 monthly payments, or you can go ahead and make it in one payment. And then from here, you pretty much continue to check out, folks. So see, it's pretty simple. It's pretty easy using this company, or this website, should I say, to figure out what do you need and what do you need to have to really get started. It's a lot quicker, even if you don't take the expedited service. processing, 5 to 6 days or whatever it was. Let's go look at that real quick. 5 to 14 days. Okay, 5 to 14 days. That's still quicker than the couple months it took me to figure out everything I needed to get that particular piece. So something to think about. Maybe you want to pay it. Time is money. If you want to get started tomorrow, the next day, maybe do the expedited processing. If you've got a little time but you want it easier, then walk through that process. So I hope this is beneficial to everyone. I hope this helped out. As you can see, the site isn't as scary as it looks. I know that's some of the things that I didn't know, but after I learned what the documents were and which documents I needed for the company I was going to have, then I now know that I would have done this. The good news is if you do some of it, you can always go back and do some of the other pieces of paper too. For me, I know I needed, my personal self needed the incorporation, the EIN, and the county stuff, right? This would have taken care of all that. It took me a moment to figure all that out. I don't think it really costed me any more money doing it that way versus this way. This one may cost you a little more if you want the expedited service, but at least you know what's going on and they're getting you all the legal documentation that you need. Again, not a legal service, not a lawyer, so this is not legal advice, so make sure you're following what to protect yourself on that particular stuff. With that, that's all I have for today. I thank everybody for showing up, and come out next time. We're going to look at another one of these companies similar to this, just to give you options, and it's going to be here quicker than you think. So you can look through the videos quickly and go which one do you like better. I'm not saying one's better than the other, and then after that I'm going to walk through the different processes of getting incorporated through different states more easily with Alabama, and then your EIN number, stuff of that nature. And so hopefully this is helpful, lets you see how to move forward. And again, thanks everyone for coming out. Appreciate it. Bye.